So let's fast forward to 2008. We ended up collecting quite a lot of data and doing a lot of kind of interviewing and strategy sessions in June of 2008, which was on the way down, if you like, and then again in December, which was near the bottom. The interviews associated with this project went on until last week, which was when the book went to bed, and I think we squeezed in some last insights at the 11th hour. Okay, so if we look at the rewards of work, the bottom just fell out of the equation. Loyalty to employer, trust in your boss, engagement in this fabulous work that you used to love so much have all plummeted. As you can see, Wall Street's doing rather worse than Main Street, but both, I think, show precipitous drops. Stress, massively up. And what people report is extraordinary workloads. Teams are so depleted these days that you really are feeling like that hamster in the wheel, running much, much faster to stay still. And the thing that is also very clear, a lot of the flexibility that used to be in top jobs has gone out the window. Enormous face time pressures, no matter what it says in the company handbook. You have to have your jacket on the back of that chair at 9 o'clock in the evening. Your car has to be a very conspicuous player in the parking lot deep into the night if you are going to hang on to your job. So, just some of the obvious things that are happening. And the body blows in terms of what it's doing to your physical well-being, what it's doing to your family life. Again, these have gone up. Obviously, people are struggling to cope. But we're finding that the negative coping strategies outweigh the positive coping strategies kind of 3 to 1. Everyone knows that they should be going to the gym or, doing a little volunteering. They understand that that's food for the soul. But the only thing they can deal with at the end of the day is a stiff drink, which is what is happening. So, again, a lot of the wellness issues are being compounded at this point in time. And the thing that is really, I think, the wake-up call for employers is that there's tremendous demoralization and flight risk. Just to give you a sense of one of the misconceptions out there, with talent managers and, C-suite executives so concerned with their clients in difficulties, their, vaporizing value, the rifts that they have to worry about, that keep them up at night, they've had no time to give to the talent that they've chosen to keep. They've made the assumption that their top performers are kind of safe, because where would they go? There is no market out there. Not true. There's tremendous churning in this market. For instance, in an associated survey we did at the center, which looked at all college-educated workers last June, and again in January, we found that 16% of the sample had in fact left their jobs since last June, but only 5% of them had been pushed out. Everyone else had voluntarily shifted. And the folks that tend to walk are actually the people you most don't want to lose. They're the folks with options who find some greener pasture. So taking your eye off the ball, forgetting to nurture, your gems that you've made a decision to keep is probably the biggest mistake that has been made this last year. One of my favorite figures from our research is that if you take the global talent pipeline this year, in terms of everyone in the world with at least a BA degree, the credentialed workforce of the world, Well, only 17% of that global talent pipeline comprises white men. Everyone else is now a woman or a multicultural person. And so the idea that you can tolerate, losing from your leadership ranks a whole big percentage of your women or your multicultural folks is kind of untenable. It positions you incredibly badly for the demographic realities of the future. And I think that the business case for being very proactive in making sure that, your very, admirable struggle to advance, these folks in your company are not somehow obliterated by this recession. Because I tell you, they are disproportionately leaving. And what we see in the data is not that they're being forced out, but that they are disproportionately quitting corporate America. Because the extreme job equation, if it didn't work for them so well in 2006, is surely not working for them so well in 2008. More are leaving to go to entrepreneurial activities. More are leaving to go to government and not-for-profit work. Very few of them are going home. They can't afford it. But they are leaving corporate America, and the ranks are thinning. And I think that, again, is a big warning sign. And just think, some of the stats out there are so compelling. Take the health sciences, and health is clearly a growth field. Well, 78% of those with graduate degrees in health sciences are now female. You cannot ignore this talent pool. And yet,